2016 higher level paper 1, question 6. You're asked to differentiate from first principles 2x squared, 2x plus 4, 2b squared. So multiply the brackets out. You can write the answer straight away at this point of your careers. 4x squared plus 8x twice plus 16. And if we write the answer, what is f prime x? We let this be f of x. F prime x is equal to 8x plus 16. Just helps us identify the answer, where it's coming from midway through the question. So f of x plus h, you've practiced this so many times at this point. You could write the answer to x plus h to be squared straight away if you wanted, or you can just take your time and do it one step at a time. So 4 times x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus 16x plus 16h, this is where my 16 is coming from, plus 16. So multiplying out the bracket, we have 4x squared plus 8xh, that's where my 8x is coming from, plus 4h squared plus 16x plus 16h plus 16. Now we want minus f of x. We should probably write f of x plus h another 2 times. Minus f of x we can write underneath and line up your terms. So minus f of x is minus 4x squared minus 16x minus 16. You don't have to draw a line through them, you can just write the answer underneath. So we have f of x plus h minus f of x, which is equal to 8xh. I'm going to write the 16h beside it, and then plus 4h squared. We want all of this divided by h. You can see that's the only way we can get our answer. So f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h is equal to 8xh over h, if you want to put them all over h, plus 4h squared over h. Don't skip stages within this question. You can lose marks if you don't have all the information down the left. So you're better off doing an extra step rather than one too little. Is equal to 8x plus 16 plus 4h. So the limit of this, the limit as h tends to 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x, all divided by h, is equal to 8x plus 16. Just double check, is that what we had at the beginning? 8x plus 16. So differentiation from first principles. Absolutely no excuses for not getting full marks on this. You are throwing away marks by not practicing this question. Part B, you're told y is equal to x sine 1 over x. Find dy dx. I think it's always good maths to write down when you're dealing with these product rules. One thing times another thing is a product rule. So it's the first by the second differentiated plus the second by the first differentiated, or in reverse order. X goes to 1 when we differentiate it. Sine goes to cos. So I'm just off to the side here. This is sine x to the minus 1. So sine x to the minus 1 goes to cos x to the minus 1 times the differentiated angle. So x to the minus 1, bring the power in front, goes to minus 1x and reduce the power by 1, minus 2, which is the same as minus 1 over x squared. So this will be minus 1x to the minus 2. So we're going to get cos of 1 over x times minus 1 over x squared. So cos 1 over x times minus 1 over x squared. So the first, dy dx, the first is equal to x by the second differentiated. I'll put the minus 1 over x squared in front, minus 1 over x squared cos 1 over x, plus the second, which is sine 1 over x by the first differentiated, well, which is just 1. So if we tidy this up, the x will cancel off with the squared part. So you get minus 1 over x cos 1 over x plus sine 1 over x. And that's as far as we can go with the differentiation. We're given a value for x and x part 4 over pi, so let me write that question out. B part 2, find the slope of the tangent to the curve y is equal to x sine 1 over x is what we just done, and we know slope of a tangent is dy dx. So we have the dy dx part, so we're just subbing in here 4 over pi for x. So we're going to get minus 1 over 4 over pi times the cos of 1 over 4 over pi plus the sine of 1 over 4 over pi. So divided by a fraction, it'll flip them upside down. So turn it upside down and multiply. We're going to get minus pi over 4 by the cos of pi over 4 plus the sine of pi over 4. Now pi over 4 we know is 45 degrees, and the sine and cos of them are both the same. Sine cos of 45 is 1 over root 2 based on your triangle 1 root 2. So these angles would have to be the same, and they have to be 45 because this one's 90. So we are going to get minus 3. We can type all this into our calculator. So 1 over root 2 by minus 3.142 over 4 plus 1 over root 2. So we type this into our calculator. We are going to get 0.15167, 0.15167, which we don't need all of these decimals, 2 dp, 0.15.